Some residents in Johannesburg have been without water, or at least experienced water interruptions in the past 24 hours. We're hearing this is in part due to power cuts, that's load shedding, and the ongoing heat wave. Let's get an update now with Rand Water spokesperson Makenosi Maroo. A very good afternoon to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. On the water situation, what is the level of your ability to provide water at normal levels at the moment?
Good afternoon, Tembekile, and good afternoon to your viewers. Let me just give a brief background of what's happening. We have noticed that water consumption has increased significantly. As a result, our water in our reservoirs has decreased. So we had to come up with steps to ensure that we do have water. We're still able to supply water during this heat wave.
And in terms of availability then to people, are there areas at all in Johannesburg that are completely without tap water?
As far as we know at the moment, there is still water coming out of the tap. Obviously, it is at a low pressure, but there is still water coming out. But we are encouraging water users to use water sparingly to ensure that we don't move to any other stage in terms of water restrictions.
I've just been told actually by someone who works on the team that people in Naturena, for example, have been without water. Are you aware of that?
Okay. Tembekile, what happens is, as Rand Water, we are a bulk water utility. We supply municipalities with water. The municipality then supplies households with water. So it could be a municipality making a decision to cut off water for that particular area.
Right. And
yes.
I mean, I don't want to get too technical, but for us to better understand, when we talk about low pressure, how low is low pressure on the daily?
Okay, when you talk about stage 2, we're talking about 30%. So when you talk about 30%, if you will be opening your tap and water is that strong, normally it's 100%. So think of 30%, it's at that pressure. It's just at 30% the decrease that we're taking.
And is this purely because of the power cuts in the country at the moment?
No, the blame, I think we should put the blame squarely on how we consume water. The consumption is too high.
So consumption is too high. When we say consumption is too high, what's the metric used? Is it high compared to, let's say, last week, a month ago, 6 months ago?
September is a peak season for us. When we start for the beginning of spring, it's a peak season for us. So a lot of people are excited. It's getting warm. People are filling up their pools. They are watering their gardens. That's where people are using a lot of water during this time of the year. So we're saying the water demand always outstrips the supply during this time. So we are encouraging consumers to adhere to water-saving practices.
But is it impossible, ma'am, then, if you are well aware, I mean, I know you are the bulk water supplier, and then at city level it happens more locally in terms of actual distribution to people, but is there no forward planning and anticipation for the peak, knowing that temperatures go up and we're likely to deal with heat waves, this being our first in recent months?
No, there is a plan. We always communicate and engage with our clients, municipalities in this case. We've warned them about a month ago. We did warn them to say we are monitoring the levels in terms of our reservoirs. This is what's happening. Please ensure that you warn your clients. You come up with a campaign in terms of really raising awareness.
And your worst case scenario at this point, what could happen if consumption doesn't drop and those reservoirs still don't fill up fast enough?
We will have to move to different stages to ensure that we manage the situation.
Could there be a complete switch off?
No, definitely. We will ensure that our reservoirs don't run completely empty, because it will take us forever to refill the reservoir. We will not run completely empty.
Makenosi Maroo, good to have your time. Thank you very much from Rand Water.